we are behind the scenes of episode 204 called Old Wounds.
Showtime's hit series Yellowjackets offers unique twists and terrifying moments that captivate audiences, and the show quickly gained popularity with critics and fans alike. By the end of its first season, the series became the second most streamed show in Showtime's history. The show opens with a high school girls' soccer team, the Yellowjackets, en route to a national tournament when their plane crashes in the Canadian mountains. Supernatural obstacles prevent the team's escape, and the girls take brutal measures to survive until their rescue 19 months later. Unfortunately, not everyone makes it out alive, and no one emerges unscathed. Co-creators Ashley Lyle and Bart Nickerson spoke with Deadline about the origins of the show. Lyle said Nickerson shared with her the basic premise of the series, which she was immediately interested in. "It sort of took on a critical mass at a certain point," she said. "We would take these long walks together and just talk about different characters and different ideas." Television shows focused on plane crashes often culminate in mind-bending supernatural drama. From Lost to the Wilds to Manifest, plane crash survivors confront their own dark character flaws along with otherworldly threats. Yellowjackets digs deep into these tropes and offers compelling results. Are your favorite shocking moments from Yellowjackets on our list? A girl is chased to her death. In the opening scene of the Yellowjackets premiere, a barefoot girl runs for her life through frozen, darkened woods. We don't see her pursuer, but it's readily apparent that she's prey. Breathless, she passes tree trunks carved with odd symbols and runs underneath weird stick figures hung from branches. Disembodied female voices mimic bird cries, howls, and whispers. Panicked, the girl stops in the middle of the woods, unsure of where to turn. Sadly, her path leads to her demise and she falls through a hole in the ice. Unmoving, she lies impaled on multiple spears. A creepy masked and cloaked figure wordlessly stands above her. A few scenes later, the girl's naked body is hung upside down from a tree branch. More cloaked figures gather, and one slices through the girl to begin a bloodletting ritual. Yikes! Misty destroys the flight recorder. On Yellowjackets, nerdy teenager Misty, Samantha Hamerty, serves as the team's equipment manager. Often overlooked by her peers, Misty struggles to find her place. However, in the hours after the crash, she proves her worth. In Season 1, Episode 2, severely injured assistant coach Ben Scott, Steven Kruger, writhes in pain with a mangled leg and the girls don't know how to help him. Sans hesitation, Misty grabs the plane's emergency axe and cleanly amputates the coach's lower leg before working to triage the rest of the wounded. As noted on Reddit, when a teammate asks her about her qualifications, Misty somberly replies, "I took the Red Cross babysitter training class." Thais's house has a secret cult lair. Compared to Misty, Natalie, and Shauna, adult Thaisa has emerged from her time in the wilderness relatively unscathed. She's married to Simone, Rukia Bernard, has an adorable son named Sammy, Aiden Stocks, and she's running for state senator. Sure, there are cracks in her marriage. Sammy draws creepy pictures and talks about a woman who hides in a tree outside of his window. Thais's dog, Biscuit, goes missing, her apartment is vandalized with spooky graffiti, and she's back in her post-crash sleepwalking habit. Is she being hunted by Lottie's cult? Until the series finale, it seems so. However, when Simone heads down to the couple's basement, she stumbles upon a bizarre altar adorned with candles, Sammy's doll, Biscuit's dismembered head, and an actual heart, whether human or animal isn't disclosed. A cult symbol, drawn in blood, covers the wall behind the shrine. Simone's horrified reaction is understandable. Travis suffers a gruesome death. Travis Martinez, Kevin Alves, is one of only 3 male survivors of the plane crash on Yellowjackets. The brooding eldest son of abusive coach Bill Martinez, Carlos Sanz, who perished in the crash, Travis holds a burning anger against his father and struggles to assimilate with the other survivors. As he waits for rescue, he falls in love with Natalie, Sophie Thatcher. In Season 1, Episode 3, an adult Travis, Andre Soto, has moved far off of the grid, and Natalie, Juliette Lewis, is determined to find him. With help from Misty, she finally tracks him down, only to discover his dead body hanging from the rafters of a barn. Teenage Shauna's pregnancy. In the show's 5th episode, stranded in the Canadian wilderness, Shauna discovers she's pregnant. Desperate to keep this unwanted news from her teammates, and especially from Jackie, Shauna fakes her period by smearing blood from animal carcasses in her underwear. It's a gross and shocking moment that reveals Shauna is willing to take measures beyond the pale to keep her secrets. Ultimately, Shauna shares her secret with Ty and attempts to give herself an abortion, but she fails and emotionally breaks down. The shocking pregnancy and Shauna's palpable fear remind viewers that no matter how off the rails the girls become, they're still teenagers. When we meet adult Shauna, we discover she's now married to the grown Jeff, Warren Cole. They share an insolent and snarky teenage daughter, Callie, Sarah Desjardins, but Shauna's baby, who would now be fully grown, is nowhere in sight and is never mentioned. Lottie becomes possessed. On Yellowjackets, Lottie Matthews, Courtney Eaton, experiences visions even before the plane crash. She's heavily medicated, a fact she keeps from her teammates, and generally quiet. Lottie's fearful of the abandoned cabin the team finds for shelter but eventually enters, which sparks the slow fire of her personality transformation. Her medication runs out, and her visions grow stronger. In a shocking turn in Season 1, Episode 5, Lottie appears to become possessed by a malevolent spirit during a seance. Seances in abandoned, remote cabins are never a good idea, but in an ill-conceived attempt to lift the girls' spirits, Jackie rallies the troops to participate. In a terrifying moment, Lottie begins screaming in French, "You must spill blood, or else," before banging her head hard against the window. She struggles against the encroaching darkness but ultimately gives in to her visions. In later episodes, Lottie takes the position of the Antler Queen, the spiritual leader for the now cult-like team.